A little bit, but I can actually see you guys now. Ladies and gentlemen, how the hell are you? Jeff Kiesel, Kiesel Guitars. We have new lighting. Brand new, these small little lights are only probably like that big rather than these huge boxes. They're LED, nice and cool. I can actually see the guys. Normally when I look out past the camera, I can barely see the guys. I can see them good. The lights are going to be cooler, and hopefully the guitars look even better under this lighting. We'll see. So weekly live Q&A. I'm going to show off a guitar of the week that I have a special deal on, a top of the week that I have a special deal on, a couple customer builds. We're going to get to your questions at the end of all of that. So start asking some questions down below in the comments section. You can keep it guitar related. Doesn't have to be. If you want to know food or whatever, it's really ask me whatever you want. Ask me anything. We have these really cool Kiesel pick tins. So 75th anniversary is this year. So we have a commemorative pick tin. These picks are made by Dunlop. Let me get it open here. And inside you're going to get 8 picks. The sizes are there's 2 of each, 0.88 millimeter, 1 millimeter, 1.14 millimeter, and 1.5 millimeter. And these are the Tortex Flow picks. So this is kind of the hot rage that everybody wants right now is the flows, right? The Tortex flows. So we have really cool, like kind of a pastel blue, the white ones. Of course, you got to have a green. It's not Kiesel green, but still kind of a cool green. And then you got to have black ones. So anyhow, they should be up on the site now at this point to grab the limited edition pick tin with 8 picks inside. Kind of cool too. If you haven't tried out the flows, this could be a good opportunity for you to check out the flows. We'll be shipping them from here. We did get some stock, I think, this week on them. Are they all in stock, Zach? Did we get the whole shipment of these?
Yeah, we have all of them.
Okay, cool. So we have plenty of those. So if anybody wants those, we do have them. I'm going to jump right into my deal of the hour. So the reason why this is called deal of the hour, for those of you guys that are new to watching these, I always usually put up a guitar, and for this 1 hour while we're live, it's a special price. So this thing is pretty cool because not only is it a special color, it's the olive drab green. It also has the Gotoh 510 on an Aries. And so this is a new feature we're going to be offering in the custom shop. You guys can get the 510 tremolo system on the Aries 6-string in either 22 or 24 frets. This is a 24 fret. And I'm going to let this guitar go right now, shipped with a case right to your door for $1,300. So pretty cool. Normally a custom color like this, we have an upcharge, and the 510, definitely a really cool trem system. the biggest difference between the 510 and say the Kiesel trim is just the ability to kind of really rest your palm, on the bridge a little bit, not a lot. But if you were to do that on the Kiesel trim, it's going to really throw it out of tune because the trim, it has so much movement, the Kiesel trim, just very effortless. Where this has a little bit more tension, it's because it has knife edges, similar to like a Floyd Rose, where the Kiesel trim doesn't. It has like a roller bearing on one end and a ball point on the other. So the 510 could be something that you're interested in. And then options on this one, it's got the matching headstock, the inline headstock, mother of pearl dots. It's got an abalone ebony fretboard, and really cool. It's got some coloration right here. Just pretty neat to see something like that. Black chrome hardware, medium jumbo stainless steel frets, the 14-inch radius on the fretboard, and the standard thickness neck profile. So olive drab green, alder body, quarter sawn maple neck, 1300 with a case, shipped right to your door, no waiting. And we'll put it back on the side. Put this guy back down here and get it in there. And then let's go ahead and do the top of the hour. Here we go. What I like about this top is it has this circular pattern here. So I want to lay the guitar out so the bottom's here and the horn is going up this way, and try to really make this the focal point, and you have the burl, coming out each direction. It's really like a crotch poplar burl. Normally a top like this is going to be about $750, $500. We'll grab this one right now and get you a custom build, guitar or bass. So if this interests you or the deal of the hour interests you, call my guys at 858 Guitars to grab either of them. And we'll show off a couple customer builds. This one is super sick. All right, we got David, and of course it's covered. I can't even read the options on it. Actually, they're over here. Well, I'll just go off of memory here. We got a quilted maple top with the aqua burst finish, abalone cap knobs, matching the abalone inlays. Look at those inlays. It's absolutely gorgeous. We have a black limba body. There's actually some flame in this limba. 7-piece neck. Flame maple fingerboard. Of course, all Kiesels have stainless steel frets, the carbon fiber rods, lumen lace side dots. Just a gorgeous build. And man, this thing is super lightweight. Probably got a chambered body. Let's see. I don't know. Doesn't say chambered body. So maybe it doesn't. Maybe he just lucked out with a really light piece of wood. But just a gorgeous looking guitar, and there, like I said, there is some flaming in there. This one is a 1-piece top, and got the blacked out pull pieces, lithium pickups. Really sick build. Estimated completion date was 6/16. And what's the date today, guys?
6/16.
6/16. Dang. Actually, that wasn't the estimated completion. That's the day it was done. Estimated completion date was 5/13. Dang. All right, here we go. And this one I thought it was a Mark Akubo at first until I saw the bevel. So it is an Aries neck through with the bevels, of course, because that's the only way they come. Estimated completion date for Hunter's guitar was 6/22. And got some really cool options on here. Kiesel Racing Orange, the slower of the two Kiesel Racing colors, because it is the slower of the two Kiesel cars. That's when mine doesn't break parts, I guess. 3-piece neck, tongue oiled. Looks like we have the ash body sides, of course, going really good with the raw tone finish. He put a ash top over it, and bridge pickup only, neck pickup delete. It's got the polarities, so you pull up and you're changing the mode of the pickup. Of course, no toggle switch because bridge pickup only, definitely metal. Original Floyd Rose, it's something that we use on our 6-string guitars, is the original Floyd Rose, made in Germany. We get a lot of questions about that. What Floyd Rose do you guys actually use? We use the original German ones. We don't use any of the 1000 series, and that's why we went away from them on our 7-string guitars, is we wanted to have a higher quality trem system. Matching headstock, reverse pointed. Just a really cool build. And it's neat seeing all these different guitars rolling through the shop. And, you know, you can get mild and wild, or you can kind of mix and match, you know, really whatever you want. And on that note, let's dive right into some questions here.
All right, Austin is asking, do you guys have any chocolate maple?
We do. I have chocolate quilt and chocolate flame.
How long is the average wait on an HD7?
The average build right now is taking 16 to 20 weeks, and we're, you know, building up time. So, you know, I would encourage anybody looking for a build, definitely get your order in.
Any plans for a headless solo?
No plans. I mean, we have the Leia and we have the Zeus. I mean, those are pretty darn close to what you're looking for.
Zach is asking, I know you guys don't do custom inlays, but what would it take to get a grapevine with grapes on the fret markers?
I mean, we don't do custom inlays, brother. So, yeah, it's not something we do. You'd have to be a signature artist like Steve Vai would do it for. So that's what it would take, someone like that.
Preston Singer is asking, hey Jeff, watching from Nebraska, when's the next time you're coming back to Nebraska for some races?
That's awesome. You know, I'm not sure right now. There is an event in August that we might come back to. We will be there in late August, early September, but it's possible we'll be there early August as well. Not sure. We're going to be going to Washington next month. We'll be gone for like 2 weeks racing. And it's possible we'll be going back out to Nebraska in August, and maybe leaving our rig there and flying home and then flying back. I know Zach's going out to Lincoln. You leave what, Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Monday, Zach's flying out to Lincoln.
Are you going to be releasing different variants of Will Swan's custom? It would be nice to see different configurations and colors. Would work nice because how diverse his guitar collection is.
Yeah, so I mean, with Will Swan's signature model, you can order it in a lot of different colors, and you can even get colors that are not in the standard guitar builder there. So yeah, if there's something in particular you want to do something wild, why don't we use you as the example? We could show it to Will. Maybe he'll order one just like it. Then you could feel really special.
Seth is wondering, if you could not choose guns, what would be your go-to weapon for zombies?
Ooh, I don't know. I mean, guns would be kind of hard, you know, because if it's zombies and you don't know when it's going to end, I mean, you run out of bullets at some point. So I don't know. I mean, that samurai sword, Michonne, you know, lopping off heads was pretty sick. So I don't know. Get my inner ninja out.
Jacob is asking, hey Jeff, what would get the most movement and depth out of a flamed maple top as far as finish and color options go?
It's hard. You know, you really got to pick what colors you like, and then within there we can kind of guide you. I like, you know, our aqua colors. Our aqua Caliburst is always really cool. You know, nothing's going to beat our candy finishes probably for the most depth. Denims also look really cool too. So it just really depends on what you like.
Do you ship to Peru?
We ship worldwide, yeah.
Dallas is asking, is it possible to get a Zeus acoustic with a thicker acoustic size neck?
You can get a neck that's thicker than our standard, but you're not going to really get a true acoustic, really fat neck. And the whole reason for that is we're trying to make the guitars playable, you know, where it's comfortable to play. Not that acoustics aren't playable, but typically you have really high string action, you have this huge body, you're way out here, you got this fat neck. They're just not that comfortable. And the Zeus acoustic is to really break out of that whole mold. So it's everything an acoustic isn't.
Don is asking, will we get a solo with a traditional pick guard and controls at some point?
You never know. I mean, we get enough people asking for it.
What does it take to have a signature guitar?
Some talent. That's what it takes. A lot of talent.
Carl is asking, what motivated you to continue the family business?
I love it. I mean, I love guitars. You know, I'm really into music, and I get to work with a lot of amazing people. I mean, it was kind of like I'd have to be motivated to not do it. You know what I mean? It was really easy. When you look at it, when you stand back and look at it, it's like, why wouldn't you do it? I guess would be the question.
Bradley is asking, it looks like you are an Adidas guy. How long have you been wearing those shoes? It seems like they are your go-to footwear.
Yeah, the shell toes since I was 15. So that would have been 1994 was when I started wearing shell toes. Been through a lot of pairs since then.
Can you get single coil jazz pickups on the Zeus or anything else other than the JB or Thanos?
On the Zeus base, is what they're
Yeah.
asking? Okay. We can do that. It would be a custom programming fee because we haven't done that before. Guitar would be really easy to get like our traditional single coils on, but bass, we can do it. It's just I can't have my guys make a program every time somebody wants something different, so we do a programming fee. So if you're up for that, call my guys.
Brandon is asking, can you get the Andy James model in any custom color?
Pretty much, yeah.
Angel is asking, could you do a fully adjustable bridge on the acoustic electric models?
You're probably talking about the AE185 or even like our CC275. And the answer really is no, because of the element we use to try to get that true acoustic tone. Now, what we can do is we can put acoustic saddles on our regular solid body guitars, and we can even chamber those to give you some more of the acoustic sound.
They all look awesome, but how do they play and sound?
They play amazing. You look at our roster and look at some of the players we have, the talent. They got to play great. If these guys are playing them, and a lot of the guys are using the stock Kiesel pickups. And if you have a particular pickup that you like, that you want us to use, not a problem. Just send them in. We can use them.
Harold is asking, Jeff, what is the name of the Sophie Lloyd purple color?
We never named it. It's got no name.
Mike is asking, hey Jeff, what models would fit an Evertune bridge?
So we do the Aries, the Crescent, the Andy James, and the AJ2, the new Andy James, and also the Solo model. Those are the 5 models you can get an Evertune on.
What kind of body and top wood would you recommend for a Zeus acoustic?
Well, the default is what I'd recommend, which is going to be a mahogany body and a spruce top. If you want to spruce it up a little more than the spruce top, you could always go with like a cedar top or a redwood top. I did a flamed redwood top for my personal guitar.
Ben is asking, what kind of pickups are in the Aries deal of the hour?
That's got lithium, neck, and bridge.
Michael says, Jeff, it is impossible to add bevels to the CS series. Change my mind.
It's impossible.
Oh, okay. John Dretto, have you guys ever used wood in a guitar that a customer brought you?
What's up, John? We actually have, yeah. In some cases where maybe it's a wood we don't offer, we allow customers to send it in. The problem we find with that is sometimes a customer will get it from a wood source that doesn't have the same quality standards we do as far as drying the wood to the right tolerances. Some of the wood can be twisted. Some of it can be already cracked. So we have had some issues in the past where we've gotten some wood that we haven't even been able to use. Or we've had to actually, because it's twisted so bad, you have to get the wood really wet, stack it, pull it down really tight, and then dry it out. And when it's pulled tight and dried out, it'll stay true after that. So it can be actually a lot more work when a customer sends the wood in. So we actually have a charge for that. But some people want something in particular, like, hey, I got this from my grandfather or whatever, or I want to turn this into something. And so we've had that, in the past, and we've done it.
Brandon is asking, will you be offering the Chris Letchford model with the LED fretboard?
So that's a good question. So the LED fretboard, Chris told me who did it. I don't remember the guy's name off the top of my head, but that was something that Chris Letchford, he spent about $1,500 having that done. That's not something we did. We did not do that. It's not an option I'll be offering, but Chris did have to pay about $1,500 for that. So a lot of people think it's cool, and then when I tell them Chris paid $1,500, and that's someone that's going to get a lot of publicity on it. So maybe a regular person pays $2,000. It's a lot of money. So it's not something we're offering. But hit up Chris Letchford. He loves getting messages about that kind of stuff.
Jeff, what is your opinion on the tone with a mahogany body and neck on an SH575?
I think it's the right wood for that particular model. Absolutely.
Could I get a candy 3-color fade?
We could do that. Depending on what color of candies, we'd have to keep them in like hues or whatever. Like we could go from, like a dark blue to a blue to like an aqua or something. We could try doing something like that for you. We wouldn't want to, bounce from like blue to red, because then in the middle you're going to get some purple crossover, and that's probably not what you're going for.
Trevor's asking, what's your favorite finish to do over poplar?
Over poplar. I think the fires have been looking really cool. In fact, there's one that's getting ready to ship out, a fire finish. I think it's a DC, if I remember right, with no bevels on it, and it looks pretty badass.
Can the Jason Becker numbers guitar come in a 7-string?
It does not. We did a limited run of those a long time ago.
If I want a special wood top, how can I find out all the woods you have in the vault? I'm sure there's some I've never heard of. Also, how much is a denim finish?
You can call my guys to find out what woods we have that are off menu. Denims are $400.
Edward is asking, hello, Jeff. I just received my Icon Fretless 5 at 16 weeks. Absolutely loving the build and the tone. My question is this. The Hard as Nails is already getting marked up from a few practices with round wounds. Should I be concerned?
No, that's normal. And it's going to get marked up because you have a gloss finish, and you're basically taking something that's steel or nickel and you're rubbing it against it. It's going to get marked up. Totally normal. And that the Hard as Nails is to protect the fretboard. It's not going to stay gloss forever. I mean, if that was just gloss paint and you were doing that to it with the strings, it'd be eaten through the paint already.
Chris is asking, my friend Jason has very low passion for guitar. What can he do to improve it? Would a new Kiesel help?
Absolutely. That's always the answer. I mean, seriously though, I mean, we get even some of our artists will get a new guitar from us and they can't put it down. And they're like, hey, it inspired me to write this. And then they'll send us a song, a riff. I even have an artist that I'm a big fan of that's not a Kiesel artist that got one of our guitars and it inspired him to write a whole album on it. He's got a signature model from another company, and that guitar inspired him so much that he wrote an album, and he'll be probably mentioning something about that at some point.
Can you do MIDI outputs on a Hipshot bridge, hoping to get it on a Zeus?
So yes, we can do MIDI, but we cannot do MIDI on headless.
Christian is asking, can I get a Vader 6-string bass with a high F like your 7 strings without the low B? The intent is solos and chords. Thank you.
Yeah, we do custom tuning. That's not a problem.
Timothy is asking, does the 16 to 20 week wait apply to builds already in the process?
Yep.
What pickups would you recommend for metal?
Probably just the lithiums. I mean, you can go to a thorium bridge if you want to really get something that's going to give you a little more gain.
Jesse's asking, I played in Aries with a roasted maple neck and I love how smooth and fast it felt. Are there any other neck woods that feel like roasted maple?
I think our walnut necks feel like that. So do our plain maple necks as well. Those are going to be the 3 that I would, look at.
What's the difference between an original Floyd and the 1000 series?
Where they're made, number one, how hard the metals are, the plate itself. So where the plate actually comes in contact with the not ferrules, but what's the word I'm looking for? Anyhow, the adjusters, the height adjusters. And so when it comes in contact with there, it's a very sharp point. And with the 1000 series, the materials, the metals aren't as hard. And so the knife edging wears out quicker on them, where the original has a much harder heat treated metal. They're made in Germany instead of being made in, factory over in an Asian country. Makes a big difference. The 1000s are really good.
What's your favorite Star Wars?
A New Hope kicked it all off, but probably that and Empire, probably the two of those.
Tanner's asking, are you able to do bursts with semi-chrome finishes?
We can, yes.
What type of racing do you do? How long have you been doing it? And have you ever crashed a car?
I've never been in an accident on or off the track, knock on wood. I've been racing since I was 18, I guess. The type of racing I'm doing now, though, I've been racing since I was 21. And it's SCCA Racing, Sports Car Club of America. So you got to turn left, turn right, use the brakes, use the gas, all time trial stuff, though. So there's not another car on the course with me at the same spot. So there's other cars on the same course, but they're spaced out. So we're just against the time clock, which, there's no there's no, oh, well, this guy hit me or this guy blocked my lane or this happened. It's either you're good and you get it done or you're not good and you don't get it done. There's all the bullshit excuses stop right then. When you're against the clock, that's it. It's you and the track. That's it.
Do you have any locations in LA?
No, we do not. Yeah, we closed all of our stores before the split, knowing that we were going to split. And I just didn't want to, have the extra responsibilities of having to leave and manage other areas and check on other things. So just our shop here, about 21,000 square feet here, 57 employees.
John Gamrat's asking, any plans for a carved top headless guitar?
What's up, John? John, I don't think so. We get a few people asking, but we don't sell that many carved tops in general compared to like our Aries or our bolt-ons. So looking at that, it doesn't make sense to me to put out our most expensive headless we'd ever have when we're not selling that many carved tops to begin with. So I think the carved top movement is just, I don't think that many people want that style guitar anymore. Or at least our customer base doesn't.
What is the cost of a one-piece quilted maple top for an Aries?
I don't know off the top of my head. You'll have to call my guys.
Hi from Paris, France. What's your favorite DGD song? Chucky vs. the Giant Tortoise is mine.
My favorite album is probably Mothership, but my favorite song is probably Young Robot, probably, or Son of Robot. There's so many good songs. They're just such a great band.
Christian is asking, is there any way I can pay to have Jeff sign my build?
You don't pay for that, but yeah, absolutely. Just call your salesperson. They can add it to the order. Not a problem.
Can you guys install kill switches on your guitars?
Absolutely.
Any plan to accept Bitcoin in the future?
No plans for that.
Scott's asking, do you have a color in mind for the new car? Maybe Kiesel Racing Pink.
Dang, no pink. I don't know. The new car has been a struggle. We've changed. We've been building this new car, and we've kind of changed directions a few times and pulled the plug a couple times. I honestly don't even know what we're doing right now. We kind of had the COVID thing hit, and it was like we weren't even racing. It was like, well, what the hell is even going to happen with our racing sanction? That we're running with. Are they going to be okay? It's like they want to spend all this money on a new car that's only good for this type of racing, and I don't know what we're doing exactly. So whatever it is, it'll be wet carbon fiber, meaning the whole body will be just carbon fiber with like a gloss clear coat over it, and then we'd put graphics over that.
Derek Westholm is asking, Jeff, waiting on my pick your top Aries with an Evertune. Are there any delays on the Evertunes due to lack of bridges?
What's up, Derek? There's been little delays with every company that we've had, parts from. I know early on we had some delays with Evertune, but I'm not aware of any right now. It's just, in general, our shop is busy, and we're taking, about 20 weeks for each build. So, and a lot of times too, people weren't factoring in like holidays and vacations and things like that. When we estimate the 16 to 20 weeks, we still have vacations and we're closed at times and things like that. So
Can you have Kiesel refinish your Kiesel build after receiving it?
that's not something we're doing right now. We're not doing any refinish work. We haven't been taking any refinish work for about 4 years now. Maybe at some point, but we're just too busy.
Alug is asking, can you do lumen lay with the black outline on a maple fretboard?
That's what we offer. Yeah, if you're talking about the side dots, they're all with the black outline.
Joseph Brown is asking, hi Jeff, regarding a raw tone finished guitar, which color of blue would you suggest for the guitar?
Raw tone. I don't know. I mean, our Aurora blue is really cool. Aqua always looks good too if you put the antique ash underneath it, the antique treatment. Probably those ones would be the ones I would take a look at.
Is there any way to get the reversed angled headstock on a 7-string Aries?
Absolutely. Call my guys.
Richie is asking, just got my Type V and absolutely love it. Played a gig with it last week and it felt great to play. I'm already wanting to make its brother. My question is, how does the Lightspeed sit in comparison with the Type V? I wear my guitar somewhat high.
You'll love the Lightspeed then, honestly. Yeah, but thank you. That's really cool. Yeah, they're neat guitars.
What's the craziest color combo someone has ever requested?
Well, I mean, recently we did a crescent that is pink and has a green burst, or maybe it's green and has a pink burst. I don't remember. I think it's green with a pink burst, and then it has black binding on it. I don't remember exactly what color it was, but it's pretty sick.
What's the best way to try a Kiesel before committing to a custom build? Are there any demo models available or locations in New York where I could see the different woods and finishes in person?
As cool as that would be, the problem with doing that and having like demos or a dealer, you guys would pay more for it, right? Because there's a cost to all of that. So we sell direct. We give you a 10-day trial period, even on custom builds. Obviously, there are some exceptions. There's some options that you want to add, and that'll make it non-returnable. And we tell you up front. But if you do a regular build with us, you get it, and for any reason you don't love it, as long as it didn't have any of the options that were non-returnable, we'll give you your money back. And I know I gotta wait 16 to 20 weeks, but I mean, look how many people play Kiesel. Look how many people bought our guitars. How many people say, I wish I would have found them sooner. And of course, our guitars aren't going to be for everybody. They're not, not every single person's going to go, oh, wow, this is the best thing ever. Some people might not like the shape. They might not like the feel. I don't think you can argue with necessarily the fit and finish as far as what we do and the quality we put in, but maybe our shapes and the feel aren't for everybody, but maybe they're for you. And try it out. If you don't love it, send it back. It's as simple as that. And you get the same price. Everybody gets the same price. Doesn't matter if you're right down the street here or you're across the world, out in Germany or Japan or wherever you are, everybody pays the same amount.
Scott Janzer, can you talk about the differences between the two types of beryllium single coils, covered versus not covered?
That's a good one. So we have two types of berylliums. The berylliums that would go in a pickguard, because they are rear mounted, they have magnets that are really big and they stick out actually quite a bit past the pickup itself. And they give you an even fuller tone. Well, most guitars, you're direct mounting them. You don't have a pickguard. And so we have to turn the magnet, a single magnet, sideways and slide it inside. And that's what we do. So those are really the big differences. So They are different wire, not different type, but a different amount of wire and a different amount of magnet. And so they're a fuller, in my opinion, better sounding pickup when they're on a pick guard. But the other ones still sound great. You know, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just, and there's no option for someone that doesn't have a pick guard to get something different.
Hey Jeff, I own 3 SM8s, but notice they're not on the website anymore. I want to build another one though. Would this be possible?
You know, it's been discontinued for some time now. If you were to call the guys, they could let you know if we could do one for you. It wouldn't be something you would have, like, you'd have to be ready. You know, it wouldn't be something, well, in 6 months I'm going to place my order. That won't work for sure. But it's maybe possible for you still to get one. You have to call the guys.
How much would it cost for you to sign my build?
No charge. Just tell the guys and I'll sign it up.
Christian is asking, oh, never mind. He's asking what would it take to sign his build.
I think we've had that 3 times now. I think it's the same guy in all 3 medias.
Here's this one. I joined late. Can anyone tell how much the top of the hour is?
Top of the hour is $500, which I'm shocked this one hasn't sold. That one's gorgeous.
I am on the fence on a Osiris or Zeus. Help me decide.
I'd go with the Zeus. Do it. It's small, it's compact, it's a single cut, it's headless. Do the Zeus.
Any plans to reopen the showroom?
No. I think we're going to be by appointment only from here on out, to be honest. And appointment only for orders. You know, I mean, there's a lot of our day where I'd have someone that's very valuable to the company would get, you know, his time wasted. I'm just going to be honest. You know, people coming in, kicking tires, playing guitars for 3 hours with no intent on buying anything and getting them all dirty and then leaving and coming back in a week or 2 and doing it all over again. And it's like, why am I going to have a guy just sitting there to kind of babysit, you know, at that point? So I think, you know, and there's plenty of people that come in that are serious and, you know, they try something out and not everybody's going to buy. But we had a lot of time wasters, you know, I'll call it what it is. And I think just, you know, when you set an appointment to place an order, you know, it shows my guy like, hey, this guy's serious. He's here to buy, and we can give you a better service, you know, and set that appointment window up. I think that's just the way to be.
Dallas is asking, I know Koa tops are usually finished with a natural clear finish, but is there any translucent colored finishes you think would look good?
I would not. Yeah, I would leave Koa natural. Maybe a black burst or a trans black burst looks really good on those, but I would not put a color over Koa. I mean, I'll do it for you, but it'll be no return.
Mike is asking, why isn't oak ever used as a wood to make guitars? Too heavy, no tone, or ugly?
I think all 3, to be honest with you. I mean, I can't really comment. The tone might actually be okay. I don't like oak myself. You know, it's one thing, like if, you know, when we were house shopping, you know, 4.5 years ago when we bought our home, anything that had oak cabinets were like, nope, I have to redo all of them. I can't do oak. And I know some people really like it. I just don't like it. So motorhomes, we were shopping for motorhomes. I mean, I don't think anybody uses oak anymore, not in the last 10 years, but it's not a popular wood. You know, it was popular in homes in the 80s, and I think that's kind of it.
Have you ever done a saber orange finish? How would it compare to orange candy?
Saber orange. I have done it actually. Yeah. No, I've done saber yellow. I haven't done a saber orange. Yeah. I don't know how it would compare. I haven't done one.
Milomir is asking, how many guitars do you have in your personal collection?
I have no idea. Technically all of yours until you pay for them here.
Craig is asking, do you guys plan on offering the M12 pickups for a 7-string?
No plans, no.
First, no, I'm not gonna ask that.
That's funny.
Do raw tone finishes do well in high humidity climates such as Nashville?
That's where Johnny Highland was from, and he played the hell out of his raw tone Swamp Ash guitars and never had an issue.
Aaron is asking, how unpredictable are custom colors from the Pantone site?
It's not that they're unpredictable. I mean, they're solid colors, so they should be pretty darn close to that. If you were trying to take a solid Pantone and make it a translucent, that would be a can of worms. But as long as you understand the fact that that Pantone needs to be solid, there's no reason why it wouldn't match.
Jose is asking, any plans on doing relic finishes?
No plans on that.
Would you guys be willing to make a 7-string version of the Neil Zaza Aries?
No plans on that.
Jonathan's asking, can you play the NS1 without an amplifier, or is it too quiet?
I mean, you can, but it's not going to be very loud. I mean, it'll be louder than a regular guitar, but it won't be like a classical guitar.
Any plans for an Oni Hassan 7-string model?
No plans.
Do you plan on making guitars out of other materials instead of wood?
Nope.
Ryan Maines, are there any other color tuning keys available, such as the red ones used on the Jason Becker?
You know, there's not, but that could be a fun project for you guys as customers. You could take your tuning keys off really easily, take them down to a local powder coater and have them powder coated a different color. That's all I do. I just take them a bunch of keys and they powder coat them for me.
Which is better for an HD6? Translucent classic sunburst or translucent tobacco sunburst?
I'd go classic for sure over swamp ash.
How do you clean a raw tone? I know you said it was a little hard, but just wondering.
Just don't get it dirty. I mean, seriously, like wipe it down when you're done playing it. You just take like an old white t-shirt, wipe it down, some compressed air. Really, you got to be more careful with those because you can't use any wax type of cleaners. Any non-wax type of cleaner, like anything for satin finishes for cars, you could use something like that.
David is asking, any chance of a carved top Vader one day?
No plans for that. Mm-mm.
Is it possible to have a Delos chambered?
No, because it already is chambered basically. When you look at one of those type of guitars, they have a swimming pool route. So underneath the pickguard, it's already all chambered out. So really, it is a chambered guitar.
Is an Aries run in the making?
Aries run is in the works. Yeah, we had an Aries run. It's over. You missed it. Damn.
Joe is asking, what's your favorite ride or attraction at Disneyland?
Definitely Rise. Rise of the Resistance. That was it. Yeah, it was awesome. And then before that was Indiana Jones. We got to go on both of those on Monday. It was awesome. Rise blew my mind. It was better than I thought it was going to be. And I had pretty high expectations, but it was like, my wife was so excited about it, she actually started to cry. She's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And started crying. Like, anyway.
Why is the Mark Akubo 7-string not 27-inch scale? If he tunes to F sharp, how is it possible not to sound muddy?
That's what Mark wanted, brother. Mark has no problem making that guitar sound awesome. So hopefully you can too. 25.5, no issue. It's a good question for Mark, but I don't think it needs to be a 27 with how tight that thing sounds. I mean, you've heard Mark play.
Do you guys wind your own pickups?
We do. Yeah, it was the first thing we started doing business back in 1946.
Paul is asking, is olive green sparkle possible?
Oof. And we could do a sparkle over the top of that, but it wouldn't be an olive green sparkle.
Is the Aries 6 body really thick?
No.
What is your personal favorite finish on a guitar?
Probably Arctic. Why was that funny? What did you
I
laugh?
don't know, you just said no and then that was...
Oh. I was waiting for like a smart ass comment or something.
Seth is asking, would you consider using mango wood?
Yeah, some flame mango is pretty cool.
Hi Jeff, can I buy a set of the twin blade single coil sized humbuckers direct? Also, can they do split coil?
You can, and yes, they can.
For guitars that have already been purchased from Kiesel, can I pay for action setups if I'm getting fret buzz?
Absolutely, yeah.
David is asking, if I send in a Chrome Evertune, can you install it in a build that's compatible?
No. The reason why is, what if I scratch your bridge? And I got to call up Evertune, I got to order one Chrome bridge. Nope, not doing it, man. Sorry. It might sound weird, but we're a manufacturing place. You know, we're trying to be efficient here. You know, it's not like I got one guy building a guitar start to finish. You know, we have each person is doing a step on that guitar, and they're experts. They're the best at it. You know, when you think about it, you could have these top builders, and let's say they build 40 guitars a year or something. Well, that's neat. They're doing that job 40 times a year. I'm sure they're pretty good at it. My guys and gals here are doing that same job up to 20 times a day because we put out about 20 guitars a day. So who do you think is going to do a better job? This person that does this job, that's all they do, you know, almost 100 times a week, or a person that does it 40 times in a year. So I think that's why our guitars we're able to be efficient, and we're able to have the high quality and the good consistency is because our people are trained, and they're not, oh wait, I did this like 6 weeks ago, I think I did it like this. No, they're doing it every day multiple times.
Ed is asking, can I get a kill switch placed on the lower horn?
No, not on the lower horn. Sorry, dude.
I bought a used carbon from a friend. Would you guys be able to do a spot check on it? Make sure everything is in good working order.
I mean, you could drop it off for a setup. I don't know what our setup rates are. You'd have to call our showroom and get a quote. We'd have a standard setup that includes strings and just going over it. I want to say they're around $200, $180 for a setup.
Christopher is asking, I want to do a Thanos-inspired Thanos bass that's purple with black hardware. Could I get each fret marker as a different color to match the Infinity Stones? I'm dead serious.
Yeah, it'd be a color-treated board, and I could, you know, color them differently. No problem. Call my guys. And I'm serious. Dead serious.
What kind of race car do you have that's Kiesel Racing Green?
If you were to look up Jeff Kiesel race car, maybe, and just hit enter, it'll probably be better for you to look up a picture of it. What it is, it started out as a 1958 Austin Healey bug-eyed Sprite. It's got a custom carbon fiber body and a turbo rotary engine in it. And I did a lot of the fabrication myself on the car, suspension design and all that.
Any plans for a bolt-on DC?
No, I mean, we have the Aries. You get the bevel delete on it. It's basically a DC right there.
Joe Brooks is asking, do you offer flamed walnut necks?
What's up, Joe Brooks? We do not, but some people get lucky and get some flame in their walnut necks.
Hey Jeff, is it possible to get a flamed Koa fretboard?
It is possible.
See here. Any secret fretted or fretless double necks in the making?
I mean, we're always working on cool stuff. I'm sure there's some double necks back there right now.
Al is asking, whatever happened to Snag?
Oh, we got rid of that a long time ago. What happened with Snag, and for those of you guys that don't know, we used to put a microchip inside the guitars. They're the same type of microchip you'd put in your pet, the RFID, I think is what they call it. And you can scan it, and it's registered to you. Well, it's cool, but we opened it up so customers could see where their guitar was. And we had about 8 positions at our shop, and we would scan it when it would go into a new position. It was a pain in the ass because people can't be responsible. So you'd get a guy, hey, my guitar was here on this day, and now it went back one station. What happened? Like, well, we're taking a look at something, or we're doing this, or it had to go back for this. Like, well, why? Well, it's manufacturing, man. We're building something, dude, you know? And so people just couldn't use it and go, okay. But they had to call. They had to get on the phone. So we had to take it away because people couldn't use it responsibly. It's kind of like our order change fee. We used to allow people to make changes to their orders after they were placed. as long as it didn't go past the step that they're trying to change. But again, people abused it and we had to take it away because it was getting just out of line and it was killing our efficiency. So we had to go through and say, no more order changes, no more tracking. We don't even do order status anymore. So unless your guitar is like a month late, like literally 4 weeks plus late, and I'm talking 4 weeks on top of the 20 weeks. So if you're 24 weeks, I'll let my guys check. And if it's not, we're not checking. It's not going to make it get done any quicker. All it's going to do is going to slow production down. So what happens is that one person has to go around the factory and find it. One guitar out of like 1,300 and some odd guitars being built, which is hard to find. And then each person, and they go to the next department like, hey, what are you looking for? And that person starts like trying to get involved. It's like, no, you keep working. Let me find this. So it just kills efficiency. And at the end of the day, it doesn't make it get there any quicker. It's like having a tracking number for your package and hitting refresh every 5 minutes. It's not going to get there any quicker. It's going to show up on your doorstep when it shows up. But by hitting the refresh button on tracking, it's not going to make it get there any quicker. Just like our guitars, by you knowing exactly where it is, it's not going to get there any quicker. You just have to be patient, and I know that's hard. I've been on this end too, waiting for something you're really excited about, whether it's a guitar or something else custom you've ordered, and just got to chill,
This isn't a question, but just wanted to let Jeff know that Keith is awesome. 3 builds in, and Keith is always a pleasure to work with.
Keith is awesome. I like Keith a lot. Great guy.
Wilfred is asking, what's the heaviest wood for a Vader?
Heaviest wood that we offer would be a walnut or a maple body.
Gabriel is asking, hi Jeff, any plans for a 24 3/4 scale option Super Strat style guitar?
No plans for that. We have the option on our Zeus, our Leia, and we also have the Jason Becker, the Yin Yang guitar, is standard as a 24 3/4.
Is there a 22 fret option on the DC?
There's a 22 fret option on the Aries and a few other models, but the Aries is the one that you'd want to look at. How are we doing on time?
9 minutes,
So I should probably spin this wheel.
if you want to.
It's up to you today.
Well, I'm like wondering because it's like it seems like we've gone a long time and we haven't spun the damn wheel. And there's Savannah right on cue. Tip of the week. I haven't had that
Have
one.
we ever got that?
I don't think ever. Tip of the week. Let's think about this. Should we do a guitar related?
Yes.
Zach, yes. I would say the biggest thing, when you're caring for your guitar, playing your guitar, you hear people, talk about all kinds of things they do to their guitar, as far as whether it's fretboard oils or polishes or things like that. But the biggest thing you don't hear about enough is when you're done playing the guitar, wipe it down. Just wipe it down really quick. It doesn't take very long. Wipe it down. Let me grab a non-headless. Especially if you have gold hardware. And even wipe the tuners down. Anything that you have, just wipe the guitar down. You play it for an hour or whatever, just take 3 or 4 minutes and wipe the guitar down. Take your strings. You could take like an old white t-shirt. You could put the t-shirt underneath and kind of fold it over and wipe your strings down like this. So the shirt's going underneath and on top. It's going to clean the frets. It's going to wipe the fretboard, and it's going to clean your strings. Your strings are going to last longer. They're not going to stink as quickly. I mean, some of you guys, like, you'll send guitars in and we're like, oh my God, the guitar smells terrible because you're not wiping it down. You're not taking care of it. And it just gets that old money or metal smell, like old nickels. It smells like. You're like, oh my God. Jesse's laughing because he knows exactly what I'm talking about. Brandon and Jesse both worked at Guitar Center, so they know very well what I'm talking about. And I think that's just the biggest deal. Your guitar is going to last longer. It's gonna look better for a longer period of time. You're gonna go longer periods of time without having to re-oil the neck, re-oil the fretboard. Strings will last longer. It's gonna save you money at the end of the day. So I think if all of you guys got in a good habit of that, just an old white t-shirt, it's all you really need. You don't need some special high-end microfiber bullshit thing. It's an old cotton white t-shirt, old Hanes t-shirt, an undershirt, whatever, something clean. And then maybe once every couple of weeks or a month, throw that thing in the washing machine, wash it up. You got a clean rag again, but that's the biggest thing. It's just a little bit of care goes a long way in your instrument. And it's just, you're going to enjoy it more, and especially if you have gold hardware, because if you have acidic hands and you go, tuning your tuner and you let go, well, you've left a fingerprint on there. And if you don't wipe that down, you're going to see your fingerprint and it's gone. It's etched in there. It's permanent forever. So just, take good care of your instruments. And I think you'll enjoy them more and you'll have less maintenance, down the road. But I think that's really it. Anybody got anything else? Any last minute? We got a couple minutes left.
You have 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Pick tins. 75th anniversary pick tins up on the website. And we didn't sell the deal of the hour or the top of the hour. Shame on you guys. Maybe it's a new lighting. What do you guys think of the new lighting? You guys like it? No? This lighting better than the old lighting? What are we thinking? What do you think, Jesse?
I think it looks great.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Savannah?
Yeah, it looks good.
She's like, it sucks. Does anybody got a question? No? Bueller?
More regular questions.
Yeah, we got a couple of minutes, I guess, may as well.
Johnny is asking, does a tongue oil neck and body speed up the build process?
Not necessarily, but it does skip the paint department, so that can make a difference. Just really depends.
Will there be a run of the Leia guitar with the dog paw print?
No plans for that. I just did a run. I've only done one run per year historically, and we did a run this year already. So we don't have a plan of doing another run. It's not something that is like planned super far in advance. That's all I can really tell you.
Favorite Sunday toppings?
So favorite Sunday toppings. Shit. I hate cherries. I guess just chocolate syrup, but for me, I just give me the ice cream, take the chocolate syrup, all that shit off, put rainbow sprinkles on it. Vanilla ice cream with rainbow sprinkles. That's my jam. And circus animal cracker, those circus animal cookies, the mothers, the pink and white ones. Fuck, those are so good. Love those on some vanilla ice cream.
Could you guys do a gloss finish over raw tone so I get the look of raw tone with the protection of gloss?
No, cannot. Sorry.
John Dreddo, what's the difference between the gold jumbo frets and the stainless jumbo frets? Which is preferable?
Really, John, it doesn't matter much. They're both really hard. The stainless is a little harder than the gold, but the gold is so much harder than like nickel frets. I don't think you're going to have a problem either way. I would pick what's going to complement the build better. Some guys will, like Tim Miller, for example, swore by nickel frets, swore by them, had to have nickel frets. And recently I sent him a guitar to check out, another artist's model to check out, and it's got stainless frets on it. He sent me a text. He's like, you converted me. I want stainless steel frets now. So, the beauty of stainless or EVO, the gold, is that smooth bending, less effort. And anytime you can make something easier or less effort or more comfortable, I think all of us are going to do a better job playing, because we'll be able to play longer with less fatigue and we'll be more consistent. I'm not saying you can't play nickel frets or nobody should play nickel frets, but stainless frets, I think a lot more people are converting over. Anybody else?
A lot of people saying they like the new lighting. It's better.
Cool. Awesome.
I didn't blow it, guys.
You didn't blow it. Well, hey, I look at the guitars and not on the camera. Just looking at it with my eye, they don't look as good as the other lighting does. But the camera perceives things differently, and that's why I was asking. But they do not look as good as the regular light. They're more warm, and they bring out the natural colors of the real colors of the guitar. It's more like sunlight, and this is more like operating room. So, hey, whatever you guys think. And are we out? We're out of time. I'm getting the 0 sign. Either I'm a 0 or we're out of time. Oh, Zach, thank you. Guys and gals, thank you so much for hanging out, joining our live Q&A again this week. And of course, we'll see you next Wednesday. On that note, I'm